Hey everyone, thanks for tuning into today the weekly weekend forecast as usual on Saturday. So we're going to have a detailed look at the weather for the next week across the British Isles. Confidence in the detail is quite uncertain from around Tuesday onwards, but excuse me, the overall theme certainly is that it's going to be staying cold for most of the coming week. There'll be further wintry conditions at times. In fact, it's going to get a bit colder really as we go through this weekend into the start of next week. With temperatures by the start of next week very cold by night and struggling to get much above freezing by day. There will be snow around as well, quite limited probably. There's no sign of a snow event really, but there will be snow in places. And the distribution of those snowy areas will change through the course of the coming week. So before I get on with that, just to say about the ads, there's links to articles on most of the pages at GavsWebBiz.com. Have a browse through the widgets, and any articles that you're interested in, just click through and you'll be able to go off and read those articles. The websites we're using for the weekend forecast coming from weatheroutlook.com and weathercentral.de. You can find a link to both of those websites on links page. Just say about the live event on GavsWebBiz tonight around 7 o'clock. I'm going to be going live for the first time ever with another weather forecaster, Quantum. We're going to be discussing the models as they come through during the evening. We'll also be discussing the risk of snow, the snow risk through the course of next week, going a little bit more in depth than I'll be able to do on this video. So anything could happen. It's going to be live, so come back and see what happens tonight. So just getting on with the weekend forecast, and this is a radar picture. We've had a band of rain, sleet, snow, very grim sort of weather coming down across central eastern parts of England through the course of this morning. Given sort of a wintry mix through the Midlands in towards southern England, but further east, actually, it's given quite a bit of snow around parts of Yorkshire and Lincolnshire. Limited areas, but I have had reports of a couple of inches in some of those areas. And then following right behind, the air is turning colder, so most of these showers across Scotland will turn readily to snow through the course of this afternoon as that cold air begins to dig back in. Let's just have a quick look at the precipitation type with this, and the pink areas are telling us where we've got snow. So most of the showers over Scotland are now turning back to snow as that cold air digs in. And there's that wintry mix through central east parts of England. So it's rain and sleet generally across the Midlands down into southern England, but it is falling as snow up towards Lincolnshire, and it's left Yorkshire more or less now, but up towards Lincolnshire it is still falling as snow. And that could give a little bit of snow to parts of East Anglia through the course of this afternoon. So here's today's Arctic pressure chart. We've got low pressure to the east, high pressure ridging to the west, and a bitterly cold northerly wind is coming down across the country. That's got proper polar origin air coming in, digging in to the north. So the rain, sleet and snow wintry mix across central east parts of England at the moment will drift into the southeast and sort of fizzle out through the course of this afternoon. It'll turn brighter, following behind with sunny spells coming through, but also wintry showers. And then those showers turn increasingly from being wintry just to falling as snow across Scotland, and they could start to push down into some parts of northeast England, Northern Ireland by the end of the afternoon. Quite tight packed ice bars here as well in central western regions particularly, so it's windy, feels very cold in that wind with temperatures of around freezing for northern Scotland to around 5 or 6 degrees down across southern parts of England. Overnight tonight, we keep that northerly wind going. It's probably going to turn mostly dry through the evening. I think the snow showers will ease off a little bit away from Scotland anyway through this evening. But in the second half of the night, we'll probably bring more wintry showers onto the east coast. They'll be mainly as snow actually, pushing again into northeast England, parts of Lincolnshire, probably down into East Anglia, maybe even into the southeast of England by the end of the night. Could get into the East Midlands, but I think many central western areas away from the western coast anyway, probably mostly dry tonight. It'll be a cold night with temperatures around freezing, so do watch out for icy patches on untreated roads and pavements if you're off out and about tonight. Going to be quite an icy and cold night coming up. Moving through into Sunday, we're still in that Arctic northerly blow, so we'll start off with some snow in eastern and southeastern parts of the country, I think, during the morning. That tends to die back towards the coast and probably turns more towards rain and sleet, actually, on the coast during the course of the afternoon. Many places will have a dry day, I suspect, on Sunday, with sunny spells coming through, but it's going to be colder than it is today, with temperatures from the Midlands northwards generally hovering just around freezing, maybe 1 or 2 degrees. In the south and southwest, we could struggle up to about 3 or 4 degrees, but generally it's a colder day tomorrow as our Arctic air really starts to dig in. And then a very hard frost across many parts of the country on Sunday night. Snow showers around the coast, but it really can turn very cold inland with temperatures widely down to -5 over lying snow over snow cover, particularly in the north. We could go as low as -10 is just 14 Fahrenheit. Going through into Monday, a lot of dry weather again, although we may start to bring more snow showers back in towards northeastern parts of England through the course of the day, so that could be one to watch out for. And then later on, this little low pressure here could just bring some snow into northern and western parts of Scotland. Otherwise, lots of dry weather with sunny spells coming through. Maybe some snow for parts of Ireland as well, but plenty of dry weather on Monday. Sunny spell, but very cold again, with temperatures really from Wales and Midlands northwards staying around freezing all day. In the south, we'll be up to around 2, 3, 4 degrees. And then another really hard frost on Monday night. Going through into Tuesday, the winds turn a little bit more northeasterly. We're bringing a little system as well through the north of the country, so that could take some quite prolonged snow at times for parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland. Moving into Northern England perhaps later and sort of fizzling out elsewhere. Fair amount of dry weather, but as the wind begins to turn more northeasterly, that could just start bringing some snow showers down the eastern side, so we may start to see some snow showers beginning to get in towards Lincolnshire, East Anglia, possibly South East England as well. But I have to emphasise, a lot of dry weather by the look of it on Tuesday, although confidence in the detail is quite low. Temperatures again just 2, 3 degrees best for most parts of the country. So as we move through into Wednesday, the high pressure is out to west and the northwest of the country. We're trying to build an area of high pressure up over Scandinavia. Now that has the potential, if it came off, it doesn't look like it's going to come up because all this low pressure across Greenland is sort of coming back. But if this high pressure had come off or did come off, that would really lock us into a very prolonged cold spell, but it doesn't look like it's quite going to make it. But anyway, on Wednesday, the high pressure's out to west of the country. It's got low pressure through Central Europe, and the winds are going into the northeast. So again, the snow showers are more likely in the east on Wednesday. Difficult to say how widespread they'll be, but for Lincolnshire, East Anglia, South East England, possibly getting as far inland as, say, the East Midlands, there could be snow showers. And there's always the risk of setting up a snow streamer, particularly perhaps in the southeast around Kent. We could set up a bit of a snow streamer, and if that was to happen, that's where you get one snow shower after another coming through, and it ends up as quite a prolonged area of snow. If that was to happen, of course, you get quite a dumping of snow, but otherwise it's just sort of snow showers around the eastern and southeastern coast that we're looking at. Otherwise, a lot of dry weather, hard, maybe locally severe frosts early and late. By day, temperatures around 2, 3, 4 degrees. Going into Thursday, the high pressure continues to topple in over the country, so that's stopping us getting that Scandinavian high really developing. The high pressure, instead of going up to Scandinavia, is sort of toppling down over the country, being forced southwards a bit by a strengthening jet stream in areas of low pressure up over Greenland. We've still got that northeasterly wind across England and Wales, though, so a bit of a north-south split. For Scotland, Northern Ireland and Northern England, it's likely to be mostly dry. There could be some freezing fog early and late, with hard, maybe locally severe frost, excuse me, as well. If that freezing fog forms, it could be very cold by day in the north under that freezing fog, with temperatures of -2, -3 best. Otherwise, you'll be up to around +1, +2, something like that. Across England and Wales, though, we've got northeasterly wind blowing, so that probably drags quite a bit of cloud in from the North Sea, and further snow showers around those eastern and southeastern coast. Temperatures there maybe 3 or 4. And then a lot of uncertainty by the time we get through to Friday into the weekend, but this latest run of the GFS builds the high pressure in over the country, really, for Friday and into the weekend. So it settles down. We lose that cold wind in the south, and it just stays cold and frosty, really, with an increasing risk, probably under that high pressure, of freezing fog. Other models are sort of shifting this high pressure down to the west of the country a little bit and allowing milder air by next weekend to start to topple in from the Atlantic around the top of the high pressure. That probably turns it cloudy, but it turns it a little bit milder with the risk of frost diminishing. So a bit of uncertainty, or quite a lot of uncertainty really, for the end of the week and next weekend. Will it stay cold under that high pressure, or will it turn a little bit milder but cloudy? Watch this space and we'll see how it works out. It looks like the easterly risk though is off the cards because there's just too much low pressure and a strengthening polar vortex up to the north of the country. Finally, have a look at the charts from the weather outlook. Here we are for today. There's that band of wintry showers coming in across England. It doesn't show it, but there has been some fairly significant snow in the northeast. That will push eastwards through the course of this afternoon with brighter skies edging down from the north. As we go through into Sunday, we'll have a risk of further snow in the east to begin with, certainly on Sunday morning. Then that probably dies back towards the eastern coast through the course of the day, with most places turning dry. Very cold, temperatures barely above freezing for Scotland, and even in the south, temperatures really will be struggling on Monday. A very hard frost on Monday night, but a lot of dry weather on Sunday night, I should say, into Monday morning. A lot of dry weather on Monday itself, although we could get some snow showers coming back into the east. Some snow showers in the west, and maybe a longer spell of snow coming into northern Scotland. Going through into Tuesday, winds are going a little bit more northeasterly, so there's that risk of perhaps some prolonged snow for parts of Scotland and Northern Ireland. That probably comes down into northern England, fizzles out. But then we have a risk of snow showers in the east and the southeast, and we see that there for parts of southeastern England. Temperatures again really will be struggling to get above freezing. Lots of dry weather through into Wednesday, but the winds are in from the northeast, so although this doesn't show it, there will be a risk of snow showers on the eastern and southeast side, particularly towards the coast, but one or two could get inland, particularly if we set up a snow streamer. Going into Thursday, again, lots of dry, very cold weather. There will be a risk of snow showers around the eastern and southeastern coast. And then for Friday, it stays cold, probably stays cold anyway on Friday, with a risk maybe of a few snow showers in the east. Although I think by Friday, the high pressure is probably in over the country, so I would suspect the snow showers should more or less be gone, and it should be mostly dry. Beyond that, as I say, it may stay cold, but very frosty and foggy and icy into weekend, or it may start to turn a little bit milder, but quite cloudy. Watch your space on that one. So in summary, it's going to be a cold week. Wrap up if you're off out this week. Going to be plenty of frost and ice around. There will be snow. Doesn't look like we're ever going to get a particularly severe snow event, certainly in the coming week, but there will be snow around, and the detail is going to be changing on that and the distribution, starting off perhaps more for the north and then going more towards the east and the southeast around the middle of the week as those winds start to pull round into the northeast. Otherwise, just a very cold week coming up. So as I say, wrap up warm, and that's it for now. Come back tonight when I'm going live with Quantum. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.